Okay. Hello, and welcome back to the 3rd of April. In this episode of the 3rd of April, we're going to be playing some Trainz, and by playing some Trainz, no, not this again, I don't want this layering over thing again. That was funny the first time I did it, and funny the second time I did it, but if I do it a third time, it would just be annoying. Yeah, so we're going to be, by playing Trainz, I mean building in Trainz, which you might argue is playing Trainz. So, right. Does anyone want to do voice chat? Yes or no? You don't have to. If you don't want to, just asking, because if you do, I need to start it in, well, actually it doesn't matter really, because you can just make it smaller. Because if you make it smaller, then I can make it windowed mode after, so it doesn't really matter, actually. Right, so, okay, that's fine, that's checked. Let's just read that thing. You know the thing where more text comes at the bottom the longer you wait? Yeah, I'm gonna read that. Oi, oi. Yes. Ook, ook. Wait, isn't that a song from the Jetsons? You know that song where, what was her name? The daughter. Jane, his wife, his daughter. What was her name? You know, it doesn't matter. You know that episode of the Jetsons when there was this... Judy, yes, thank you. When there was this big pop star singer guy, and they were writing lyrics, and they were sending them in because they were going to choose one to make an actual song from. And their lyrics won, which then got... You know that thing? That's what it reminds me of. Didn't it have ook ook in it as well? I think it did. Hello, Mr. W. Oi, oi. Hey, stream title. Who ordered all these tracks? Well, okay, give them here. I wonder who wrote that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yay. I like the building. Building. UK. Yeah. Nah, eating right now, thanks. Yeah, absolutely fine. I was just offering it. Which building? No, I will be root building, not witch building. Alright, enjoy. Chris, daughter Judy. Yep, I know what you mean. Eep, oo, eep, op, orc, eep. Yeah, this. Yeah. That was it, exactly. It means I love you, exactly. That's the one I meant. So, let it commence. Actually, no, that's the wrong... I know, no need to tell me. I know that it's the wrong size. I'll quit it. I need to... Okay. There we go. True, it is similar. 'Tis similar indeed. Ah, I knew you were gonna say commence. Well, good. Right, so. And when it's loaded, I'll go over what kind of the plan is, if there is a plan, which I think there is a plan. Ah, hello. Map. Does anyone remember this map? I seem to vaguely remember it from a while ago. Right, so the plan is... Well, okay, so first of all, firstly and of all, I want to put a field in here. One field, not that much. Then I might just put a little bit of a just very rough thing back here, so you can see, you can't really see that so you can see that there is stuff back here. And then I would like to add some baseboards here and bring the other two lines, the other main line, I want to come from over here, kind of. So probably come in through there, then join up. So it becomes 4-track for a bit. And then back there is where we're gonna start having kind of the beginning of houses. So let's do that. Unless anybody has a better suggestion. Crows. Ha ha ha. Shellis. Vaguely UK or Wakely UK. Well, if it's Wakely, then it must be in a lake somewhere because it's the wake. Better suggestion. Puh. I don't think that was a better suggestion. I may be wrong, but I don't think it was. Puh. Seems good to me. Well, good, because it seems good to you too. Don't need to put that much detail in this field because the tracks aren't going to go right next to it. The tracks are over there in this bit. Right. Okay, I think that's probably a good boundary. Now let's add the field to this. Do I want this one? Actually, maybe leaving it, well, what would look better? Is it actual field or is it pasture? I think it would look better as a field because then it looks more like there's actually stuff back here. Because even if I did make it a pasture, you wouldn't be able to see it that well. If I add this kind of dark yellow field, then it's clearer that you can more easily see that there's actually stuff back here. Trainz, will the town be flat as well? Or will terrain get hillier then? I think I'll keep the town flat. At least, well, I think I'll probably keep it flat because I'm going to be placing quite a few buildings, and if I make it hilly, then I'd have to place even more buildings. Although, on the other hand, I may actually need to place less if it's hillier, because then, actually, I'm not sure. It depends. It depends. I might make it get hilly after the terminus. Or maybe near the terminus. I'm not sure. I do not know. If I make it hilly, it's going to be more work, I think. Additionally, it may no longer give the feeling that I want it to have. But then again, maybe a bit of hilliness would look good. I'm not sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe use blinds? May? Perhaps. I might use splines for the further away bits. Okay, that looks good. Now I need this texture right here. Just a little bit along like that. Let me twirl the texture a little bit while I'm doing it. Okay, I'll add the spline, which I think is already selected, so that's good. I'll leave a little gap there to have access to the field, because that again does add quite a bit, even if you see it from further away, because you can spot the dirt texture quite easily. And even if you don't pay that much attention to it, it does look more like there's actually stuff back here. So for example, if you look at it, if you look from the tracks, if you look back there, you already see, oh, there's a field back there. Even if you're just driving along, you can see, oh, there's something back there. If I put a little bit of this texture sort of there, you look kind of like this, you can see, oh, there's an entrance there. Even though it may not be that visible. Right, now I need splines. I need the shrubs. Because I need to put the shrubs along here. Okay, what does that look like from below? Yeah, I think that looks okay. Just place a couple of these bushes down like this, just so you can see that they're there. Which is technically the reason why I'm placing any of this down, but these ones in particular, just so it kind of looks a bit more like there's more detail back there. I mean, like that. Although this last one I don't think fits. Yeah, that's better. I think. Maybe it does fit, maybe I just need a little bit more back here. Just because the gaps looked too similar. No, I need one in between these, that's what it is. Yeah, that makes it look better. So like that. Yeah. Also, I think I might just add a little bit of this long grass texture along here, along this edge. Oh, not that. The longer grass texture is what I meant. This one. Just so it doesn't look as short, I guess, the grass texture. A little bit of spline as well. Right, like that. Almost like that. Like that. Yes, that's better. Well, let's just add a little spline in there as well, because you can kind of look in there. That's much better. Right, I'm happy with this. So, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you right, for the houses, yeah. Nice. Maybe lay the shrub spline straight across the road, as to give the illusion that the road doesn't lead to nothingness. Well, the thing is that the base boards will be extended this way anyway, because that's where the line is going. so there won't be nothingness there. Instead, there'll be stuff there. So I don't need to make that illusion happen there. Hello, V'ger. Welcome. To me, you're at the moment the same color that my name is, which is orange. Hey, alright, fair. How are you tonight? That goes for everyone, by the way. For everyone. Every single one of you. Every one of you. Every one of you. Right, so now let's just play some baseboards. Do we need one back there? I think we do. Hey, oh, alright, fair. Beer just blew for me. Yeah, my beer is... Wait, what? Your beer is comfortable? What? I had no idea that you enjoyed, or even, not necessarily didn't say you enjoyed it, but I had no idea that you were... Alright, chair. Oh, my chair is comfortable. Yes. Of course, no, I did not mean beer. I meant chair, yes. Very much so, indeed. Yes. Come on, you're not fooling anybody. I never even said beer. Yeah, I know you said bear, but that's barely funny. Right, so how do I... Oh, I think I want this line to continue. Oh, why is... Look at this. Just look at this. Look at how laggy it is when I look over in this direction. Just look at that. Where there's absolutely nothing there. Then I turn around in this direction where there's everything there. And look how smooth it is. Especially with this long render distance. You can see how far away you can see the trees. Look at how smooth it is here. Look over there. And... lag. I don't understand this. Oh, I don't. Misreading chat messages to make them funnier, eh? Noted. Well, you did the same thing. N3V! Fix it! UK! Yes, please fix it for... Well, maybe... Well, if you're fixing it, why not just fix it for everybody? Why just for the people in the UK? I mean, that doesn't make that much sense either. UK. Right, so I think I just want to have it be straight, this bit. Because this is where the other two lines will be coming from. Scheiß, I do not. Yes, you did. Once or twice. I remember. I don't remember the exact situation, but I remember you doing it. But that was by accident. Ah, but you didn't say deliberately misreading chat messages to make them funnier. You said just misreading chat messages to make them funnier. By the way, how's your project going, V'ger? Everything going well? Well, okay, so if I have the line coming sort of to here, and then everything to curve off, that should be good, I think. Apologies, just a little bit tired, as you can probably tell. And if you're paying attention even, then you probably know why that is. I was just checking whether it was straightened or not. And it was. Right, so now I just need to line these up correctly. I remember when I first started with Trainz, I only used to do double track main lines when there was a track for them, because back in the day there were tracks that had basically there were 2 tracks. Maybe I can find some. Actually, one second. I just wanted to see which end is now bent. I think it should be that. It doesn't end. If I look for 2T, for 2 track, maybe there are some installed. Yeah, like this one. You can see. So it's 2 tracks in one spline like this. And there used to be quite a few of them. I'm not sure how many I've got them. I don't think I've got that many installed at the moment, but mainly bridges. But there were a lot of them back in the day. And when I first started playing Trainz, I thought, oh, you can have 2 tracks with the spline that give you 2 tracks. And so I only used to use those splines whenever I wanted to use 2 tracks. And so for a long time, if I found a track that I really liked, I only used to do single track main lines, because it didn't have a 2-track version of it. But then I thought that it would be way too much work to manually put the lines next to each other. Well. So, meanwhile, I finished her chair of Vengeance, Andre, who is a different Andre. Yes. Ah, nice. Yeah, well, but I didn't misread the chat messages to make them funnier. I just misread them, which then just so happened to be more amusing than the chat message that was written. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Me and my girlfriend tested everything, and we gave the green light. Ah, so what will happen now? Great to hear. Now we just need a locomotive and a live line test rig setup. Oh, where are you gonna get those things? Yes, Shadais. Feature. Beer class 56? Nah, it's quite expansive. Plus I need something small. Yeah, I would imagine. A shunter? Or something narrow gauge? Yes, a shunter. Shadais, track Dusty Tooty? Yeah, I remember that. Alright, I remember those. Oh yeah. Yeah, indeed. Right, so I want these to kind of go out at an angle of this. Not someone who lives in Anglia, not an angle in that sense, but an angle as in the direction that it's going in. Is that good? I think that's good. It's coming down this way. Actually, I want a little hill there. Which one? That one's a straight one. Actually, should I have them straight both? No, I should have neither of them straightened. So then I can have straightened bits at the end. Right, like that. And then I want there to be a bit of a slope here going up and down. So I'll just increase the height. What kind of slope would it be if I kind of made this high? What would that grade be? Get gradient. Negative 1.5 about. What about this? Ooh, 2.6. That's a bit too steep. How about this? 2.3. I think that's an okay gradient. Okay, wait, that is edit plan properties. No, that's not what I need. Actually, where was remove gradient? Ah, this is the show curvature one, which shows the curvature. There's 0 degrees curve. And then here we go. This is a... It's not degrees, it's... I'm not sure what unit that is. It's oh, the radius. It's probably in radius, of course. Yeah, show curve radius. Okay, that's fine. Something rather new though, with computer that monitors parameters. Something for the MPC to monitor. Ah. Ooh. JR US track number 132 wide ballast 40. Yes, there were 4 track ones as well. I remember. Oh right, I see. A LED GM should be good, or LDH70 modernization. But where are you gonna get them? I mean, are you gonna go to a museum or actually go to a railway and ask to be test something on one of their locos? Never heard of those, I'm afraid. Me neither. I've never used show curve radius. Never knew it was even a thing. Ah, then you haven't watched my tutorials because I have covered that button in my track tutorial. Haha, or you just didn't remember. Well, it's not a feature that I use very often. Shared is also that JR track is this track. It's this track. It's this track. I don't think this has a 4-track version of it. I know that that's a joke. It's fine. I think that's a good curve. Is it though? No, I think I've changed my mind. I need to edit this curve a little bit by putting in a spline point, which is the usual fix to fixing curves. And I need this to be... Actually, is that straightened? No. That's odd. Should be like that. I guess it should probably be... Actually, what would it look like without the spline point in? Like that. So it should probably be more like this then. Yeah, that looks better. What does it look like from down here? So that's going off like this. Yeah, that's a nice curve. Yeah. Sure, is probs forgotten then? Probs. Yes, probs. Not probably, but probs. We are not a cod, Michael. No, we're not a codfish, Michael. We're not codfish, Michael. Do you remember that? Anyone remember that? No, I do not want a grade here on this bit. You see, we are not codfish. Ah, there you go. We're not codfish. Yeah. Do you remember it? Do you remember it? You probably do. LTE GM class, known as CFR class 63 and 65, are modernizations of the CFR DLE 2100 and 2300. Designed as CFR class 60, 61, 62. I'm afraid I still have no idea. I mean, I would like to see what they look like, but I can't really look things up. But if you want to post a link to a picture, then I'd love to have a look at them. Vitra, alright. Trainz. Gary Dobbins, wasn't it? Gary Dobbins. Gary Dobbins. I'll get you next time, Gary Dobbins. No, it was, yeah. I know, yeah, you're right, Mary Poppins. It's a Mary Poppins quote. One memento. Ah, thanks. I don't know where I left mine. Thanks for letting me borrow yours. I might, depending on how long the thing over here takes, I may put like one station on this bit of the other main line that carries on along here. I might put a station like over here or something, like for a little town that's over there, something like that. And then maybe have another, like a freight unloading station there as well, something like that. So that I can have scenarios going off this branch as well. Because I really like that when that happens in train simulator maps. For example, I really liked it when that happened in one of the Chatham mainline sessions. Where they do also have a couple of little bits of other main lines that just branch off. And they've got it going to like 1 or 2 stations. But if you go down there, then it really does feel like it's part of a larger network, which I find quite nice. And by the way, it going uphill here does make sense because I want to have a hill here anyways, where I want to put the radio tower on. So if there's a hill here, it goes down to here, then actually I might have a sort of, I could have a river or something going along here, which then maybe follows the line of the railway, or maybe it crosses underneath. So then I could have maybe a bridge, a 4-track bridge. That could look really nice. Anyway, I need crossovers. So I need straight bits here. So let's just do it like this. Are those bits straight really? Are they really? Yeah, they are good. So then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7. Let's do 8. Let's do 8 because I think I want to increase the speed limit here on this 4-track bit. Just have a little bit more variation, really. Right, so now I need... Okay, how do I want to do this? Do I want it to cross over with a diamond? Or do I want it to go all the way one side, then all the way the other side? I think I want it to go all the way one side, then all the way the other side, because that will add more interesting stuff for longer periods of time. And this needs to be straightened, so like that. Although I suppose I could have it be like this, then have those two cross like that, and then have it go over. That might also work. So it goes over, then over, then over. Or if it goes right, then right, right, right. Because this way it would have to go over like this, and then if the other one's coming in first, then we need to wait and then cross over. I think that could be fun. That could be a fun intersection, a fun junction. Right, so then I need another bit like this. Plus this will also mean that we'll need more gantries, signal gantries. And signal gantries always look good, I think. Most of the time look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll need to have the junction there. And let's say, okay, so this needs to, so it's traveling along that side, traveling on that side. So this guy, and by guy I mean track, as you usually do, needs to travel over to that bit. So then this one will have to wait until it gets over here, and then it can cross over, and then it can cross over again. That'll work. And plus that's using up all of this long, straight bit of track. Now is this straightened? Yes, it is. No, it isn't, but that's fine. No, it isn't, but it's fine. No, it isn't, but it's fine. Well, I might as well straighten these ones as well. So, now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. So we need them right here. Save again. And then so I've got this right track crossing over onto this right track. Actually, wait, no. No, that's not right. Actually, no, it is right, but... Yeah, because it's going on the right. So this one's crossing over like this, and then crossing over onto this right track, which is fine. If someone's going over here, they need to go straight, and then they can cross over, and then they can cross over again. One's going on this track, and then they want to get over. They would need to... Actually... well, actually, no, that could work. Yeah, that'll work. So then this will go over like that. Then it'll need to go straight for a long bit, and then carry over onto this track, and then go on like that. There's the right one on this track. They're already on that side, so they would have to go cross over like this, then go straight, and then cross over again. Okay, so that works. That does work. So now I need this track going over to this one. Ghastly sheets of rain fell from the sky. Bother, he muttered. Who? Exclamation mark, weather. Weather, clear, moony. Wind speed 6.8 miles per hour. Moon phase. Waning gibbons. Wait, what? Waning gibbons? The ghastly sheets of rain turned into horrific sheets of ice. The wind howled, and the wolves were all wound up and approached him. Quickly, but cautiously. Snow joined the scene as well, and the snow turned green. What's going on? He cried mysteriously. The wolves remained silent, and their muzzles opened slowly. Shrubs, gibbos, gibbos, gibbos. I read that as gibbons. Waning gibbons. Muzzles, yeah. Gib us. Gibbons. Moonface. Waning gibbons. Okay, that's correct. So now I need to do one more, which is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there. I'm counting the yellow lines of the grid, by the way. And then this is crossing over from this side to that side. So now you can get from all of these tracks to all of the other tracks. So if you're going this way, you want to go left. Going to go this way, here and straight, then go left, and then you're on this side. Or if you're on the left track and you want to go right, just go here, go right, go right. Going the other way, if you're on this track, you want to go on the right side, you can carry on, then go right, right. And then if you're on this side, you can go left, left, and then you're good. I put pictures in Trainz stuff. Nice. Could you also put them in there, please? Because I can't switch to Discord at the moment. We'll take a look after stream. Do you want me to put pics of the LDH 45/70 type? Yes, please. Actually, could you put a link? Actually, no, that doesn't work. No. Okay. I can't look at them now, unfortunately. unless you post them or links to them in the stream chat. Right, so that looks like it's working quite nicely, actually. I could have them also going over parallel, but this way is better, I think. Right, so that's nice. Let's just put... Actually, should I put signals in now or later? Let's put signals in later. Let's work on the scenery a bit. So, yeah, one little green dot of green paint. That's all that I need here. That's everything. Right, you can go home. That's all I needed. That's fine. Look at that. That is one baseboard. Look at it. It's just enough to fit part of the curve. It just amazes me how small one baseboard is. And to think some people fit entire maps on those. Hey, that's a thing that I should do sometime. Make a one baseboard map. That could be fun. I missed out on the last competition that was held. But maybe that could be fun. Yes, please. There, out of the shrubbery, came 2 bear cubs. The man was terrified and began to run. After he caught a rock in midair, his face was confused, and his eyes turned to look at the camera. He said, "May the goblins have mercy on me." And so they did. Many goblins came out of the nearby cave and scared off the rest of the animals. Squee! They squawked. They squawked. Ah, maybe they were actually squirrels. They, yeah, I thought it was they. Okay, so that's okay. So now let's put in the hill, because the hill is an important feature. A feature, I tell you. So I want this to be quite tall, maybe a little bit taller, just like that. And let's use the plateau tool. Just kind of flatten it out a bit. Flatten it out a bit. You know, like you do usually. And then, right, just like this. I'm getting flashbacks to mountains. Right, do I want it to be this tall? Do I well, then it'll go through another cutting. I think a cutting is what's needed here to kind of sell the point that this was necessary to have that go up a hill. Maybe I can even justify making the hill a bit steeper. By hill, I mean the gradient. I recently did a lot of this sort of terraforming on a much bigger scale for a different map. Which I don't think... Well, I know one of you knows about, but I don't think that many of you know about that map. No, it's not the Milton Valley Railroad. No, it's not the Anstey Island. No, it's not Coastal Forest Island reboot. I haven't started that yet. I want to have some fields here, but maybe it would actually look quite nice to have a very narrow field kind of connecting that. That might look nice, yes. Shadows. Wait, what? What map? It's a map that doesn't really have a name yet. I've given the temporary name of Thorpedale, but that's probably not going to be the final name. Oh, that one! I missed the description. Actually, maybe I'll put a tunnel in there. That could be quite nice. Might do that. Well, let's have a look at what sort of grade we can get in first, and then let's have a look at what kind of tunnel we might be able to get in. I wonder if there is a 79 mile an hour speed limit board. Probably there is, because that's quite a common speed in the USA, because at 80 miles per hour, regulations state that trains have to have in-cab signaling, because at that point you're going too fast to reliably be able to read oncoming signs and signals. So you have to have in-cab signaling, which basically repeats what aspect you're running under. And because it's very expensive to fit out the tracks, the right-of-way with in-cab signaling, as well as all of your consists, all of your locos, everything, what a lot of rail operators do is they just set the speed limit at 79 miles an hour, because that's technically under 80, so you don't need to have in-cab signaling. Ah, there you go. That's going to be a lot of fun to read. Actually, no, it's going to be a lot of text to read, which will be a lot of fun to read. But the actual thing that is to read is the text, not the fun. But it will be fun to read the text. Right, so now let's have a look at what the grade would look like. Save. There we go. Let's see. So if I just try to do so, ooh, that's really quite the no. Right, what does the grade look like here? 1.7. 1.7? I thought it was a bit more than that. Let's try having it be negative 2.5. Let's try it. That wasn't the right button. Is that? No. Strange. Why is function? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Not sure why it wasn't working. Now let's see what that would do. Wait, that's. No, I need to do it from the other side. Haha. So, yeah, okay. Let's do 2.5. I mean, that is a big improve, a big change. It does improve it a lot, but I don't think it's enough. Yeah, that's still way too much. So the thing is, do I want the hill to look like that? Although although it is a lot, maybe it's not... Well, yeah, that is too much. That is too tall. It would be less expensive to have a tunnel through that. Speaking of which, maybe we can have a tunnel through that. Let's see if I... Can I... There we go. Right, now if I put 2 there, and I put 2 more there. Maybe if I put a tunnel in here. So delete those bits. Then have this like that. I will probably need to smooth that a bit, but if I looked at tunnel, I need a 2-track tunnel. Is there a good one maybe somewhere? Ah, PRR tunnel. Oh, these ones might be nice. Actually, do these have... What's the difference? This one is... Oh, stone concrete. This one's just stone. Well, let's see what this would look like. I need to remove a little bit more of the track. On the other side as well. Hopefully the grid... Oh, I see. This doesn't actually count as a tunnel. Interesting. Nope, not with a grade, please. Don't need to have it as grade. Well, how is that supposed to work then? Do I need to use dig holes? AJS dig hole. Maybe. And then use a spline on top, maybe? And on the bottom? I mean, what does this tunnel even look like? Well, it looks okay. Don't like the entrance bit that much. No, not boreholes. Can I actually delete these ones as well? Yeah, I can. That's good. Well, let's see what other tunnels are there. Tunnel. Let's see. I've had these PRR ones. Tunnel Euro, that's a really old one. Oh, did not mean to. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, thought that might happen. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just start again now. Yeah, I know, quit unexpectedly. Well, not that unexpectedly, so considering that I thought it might quit there. Actually, no, that's wrong. I need to, because I'm not running it with voice threads again. I can just start it like this. Ah. I think I saved fairly recently. Okay, so let's read chat. Now far away was the local post office. It was your everyday run-of-the-mill post office. Let's see. What? I'll read it. Oh, that's where we were. That's fine. Everyday everyday run-off-the-mill post office, with 2 bay windows containing letter and parcel-based advertisements, and 2 chimneys that were lit. The chimneys were lit. Interesting. Also, and so were the candles. Cut to interior post office. Mr. Barry Joseph Hopkins was currently serving an old lady. "Thank you, love," she said. "Hopefully it'll arrive in time for Christmas." "It should," said Barry. "Cheerio then." "Bye," she answered. Barry put the money into the money counter. "Lovely," he said. Cut to exterior post office. When the lady exited the post office, she saw that the snow in front of her turned green. The area around the post office consisted of a classically British post box, a telephone booth, a curvy road, stone walls, a snow-covered, leafless birch, and a few other 2-story residential houses, also made out of stone. Stone or bricks. So the snow turned green, and the man from before came running around a corner, terrified, and both out of breath. The lady was very surprised indeed. "What's the matter?" she asked politely. I, he replied. "Come on inside, and you can tell me all about it," she said. Understandably surprised, the man agreed. Fade black, fade in again. Would-be ad break. Grey stones, very nice. Old Welsh style. Ah, I see. Well, yeah, technically it is icy, because you said it was, snow and winter and things, so it would be icy. Great, do the tracks still have the correct grade, which is 2.5. Yes, they do. That's when I saved. That's nice. Right, so where do I want to cut it? Where do I want to cut it? I want to cut it there. Come on. There we go. And I want to cut it. Actually, I want to cut it sort of. I mean, there. Like that. Delete those 2 pieces of track. And then I will need to lower the terrain height to there. Save that because it's progress. Okay, I'm done posting. Oh, well, you must have posted a lot. Looking forward to seeing it. Unfortunately, I can't look at it right now because I'm streaming. But if you did post it in chat there, then I could look at some pictures, just so I can more imagine what they look. Because I can't check Discord at the moment because I'm live streaming. Right, so let's see what kind of tunnels we have. Read the info about the locust when you can. I will, when I can. Come on, it shouldn't crash again, surely? And don't call me Shirley. She had lived just across the road after the man had told her all about the peculiar and terrifying happenings. And that's when I saw you and the street and the post office. Ah. Nope. It's crashed again. It would probably catch itself in maybe 10 minutes, but I don't want to waste that time. Message? Is there a crash message coming or not? Apparently not. And see, it did save the progress here. It just didn't go back into the route. Because I did revert, and this is the reverted state, so, yeah. Not state as in country, state as in... Well... that's the wrong bit. State as in situation, state of being. Right, so one of the tunnels was this one. Tomb tunnels. Ah, that might be good. This one. Well, I'm not sure about the height. Let's see what about, well. Nope, we don't have these ones. Double. I want some double stack well cars, but I'm not sure what they're called. XX, maybe? I think some of them had XX in their name. No, I don't... Ah, this one maybe, flat car. Let's see, what can that load? What is that? Trash containers. Sure. Well, it would be high enough for this, but I'm... wrong loco. What are they called? Those... maybe container. Container. BR, no. No, wait, that's not. Ah, maybe they have... I see. Nope. Well car, maybe? Ah, so it works, but not if I search double. No, or just well, so well car. Different to rear. Bottom, load top, load bottom. If I just do load top, what'll that do? Ah, it'll just load the top one. And load bottom. Now, you see these ones, although these ones would probably also have issues with the other tunnel. If I go over to this tunnel, let's see if these ones would actually fit through here. Because I have reservations about that. Although the top one... no, it doesn't fit. It doesn't quite fit. So I wouldn't be able to use double stack. Well, I mean, no, these are very modern, but I mean, for maybe if I have modern sessions. But if they won't fit through there anyways... Well, what about this one? Oh, they would fit through this one, wouldn't they? By the way, they're called well cars because they're lowered in the bottom. So it actually goes a bit lower, which has two positive things. One, that it lowers its center of mass, which decreases the likelihood of it derailing. And two, it adds more space so it enables to go on more routes with a lowered, with two loaded, basically. Okay, so let's go back to tunnel. What is this? Nope, that's not the right thing. London Underground Tunnel, no. It's been ages since I tried to make a London Underground map. By ages, I mean literally ages have passed since then. Wrong thing. Well, this one maybe, but this is a European tunnel. Definitely a European tunnel. Broad gauge tunnel? Don't think so. Okay. I see, she said. And you are... I must have left my manners in the woods. I am Terry Bransworth, former Count of Yorkshire. Ooh, a count. The lady's face brightened up. Oh, so you are him. The man looked confused once more. Huh? He muttered. Little Terry, my nephew. The man's confusion doubled instantaneously. Aunt Natalie? He exclaimed questioningly. No, she said jokingly. Of course. The two hugged. No, of course, the two hugged. Is it really you? Terry asked. I could ask you the same thing, she replied. Should I say that tunnel looks fairly European? Read the tunnel with the two arches. Oh, the one with the two arches. This one. Yeah, well... that... Maybe. Maybe a little bit. But I've definitely seen these ones in photos in the US as well, but I think I am going to use this one. Just because this one is called PRR Tunnel, and it's got the height for the things, for the... You know what I mean, for double stack wall cars. I'll just have to use stuff. By stuff I mean the dig holes. And I will want to also raise up the middle of this tunnel a bit, so the tracks are on the ground and not just floating, because this will impact the overall gradient as well. Maybe something like that. That looks good, I think. So like that going in there. Then coming out like this, which that now might be a bit too steep. Sort of. Well, oh yeah, that's 3.2% grade. Yeah, that. No, that's not ideal. And that means that this one will have to then... Well, is that fixing it? I don't think it is actually. If that goes a little bit higher up, what would the grade be then? Oh, that's much steeper. No. Well, maybe I can have this be a bit higher here. So instead of this being 5 meters, what if this were like 7 meters? I know, big difference, huge difference that. That would change that from 3 point something to 2.58. Sure, that'll be good. And here, what's the grade there? 2.4 something, 2.7 something, 8.7? 8.7? What? Huh. Interesting. No, we can't have that. That must be corrected. So like this, then we have, ooh, that's still 4 point something. No. How about like this? 2.3, no, 2.64, which then change this grade to 4.25, which means I need to raise this up maybe 1 meter, so up to 8 meters maybe, which will then change this grade to 3.92. That is still very steep. How about we change this to 7, well no, not 7, to 9 meters. 7 is going the other way. That will change this grade to 3.59. 3.59 meters, that is not good meters percent, that is really very steep. However, it is only for a short bit. Although I suppose I could have a bit of a higher embankment here, 10 meters. Which will put that to 3.26, which is much more acceptable. And then I can have the I won't have the embankment just cut off like this. I'll have it slope down, which will look very nice. Right, so now let's save, and then I'll add the dig holes, which, if you don't know what they are, dig hole, AJ's dig hole, if you place it, you can see, one second, you can't see it there. If I place it there. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. It's basically a little X symbol, a little cross, a little X. If you place it somewhere, it does exactly what it says on the tin, in the box, on the label, which is it digs a hole. You can see through it now. Which, the terrain obviously is still there, but yeah, it does that. So then let's put a couple there. Yeah, there you can see the little X. Where did I place the second one? I think I placed the second one in the wrong place. I need one there, need one there. Do I need one there? No, I don't actually. But that should work. And that has the benefit of doing this way, has the benefit that the tunnel 1 is much easier to work with. It doesn't have those weird angles that tunnels usually get in trains. Additionally, you can have it anywhere on the grid, going at any angle. You don't have to come in on it at a 90-degree angle. However, there's always a however, I need to hide these. Let's see. Embankment. Well, I mean, maybe these could work. The texture isn't quite the same, and it isn't tall enough anyway. Although that doesn't look that bad. Well, yeah, that's not right. And I suppose I should probably do this a bit first. So change the gradient how I want it first. So why does it do that? Why does it do that? I want it. Let's see. Maybe if I decrease the radius a little bit. Let's see. So I do it like this, just kind of bringing the slope just down a little bit, so it's not that aggressive of a slope. Let me just increase the brush size a little bit. Maybe just sort of like this on the other side as well. Then I'll of course need to re-dig the hole. And by hole I mean adjust the train. Does that look better or worse? You know, on this side I have a feeling that it looks worse. What about on this side? On this side, because it's still very pronounced, well, I might need a little bit more there actually on this bit. I have a feeling it looks better like this. Well, maybe a little bit, still a little bit here. Just to get rid of that little edge. Additionally, this has the bonus of not having the textures on the side being as stretched as they otherwise would be. Because the textures on the trains in Trainz are projected from the top down, so like this, it will stretch them the steeper the angle is. Which makes sense. I keep telling myself that, because if I keep telling myself that, then maybe one day I'll believe it. But, no, it's a joke. Don't worry. Oh. Apparently I need another dig hole here now. That's fine, I'll probably just add come on, I want one there. There we go. I'll just add a little spline on the bottom, like a gravel or grass spline on the bottom as well. So let's see, embankment. We've got these objects which... Nah. Let's save again, and then I'll add the spline. CL embankment. I don't think these would fit. Nah, they're too small. Much too small. This one wouldn't be too small, but I doubt that would look great. Oh no, it would be too small. I just stretched it. Haha. embankment? No. I'll probably have to go with boulders. Although this one could work. $40.99 is the height that I just randomly set it to. $40.99. $40.99. $40.99. Sold to the spline point in the corner. That's odd. Is there a bit of terrain that's going up like that here? No, there isn't. Just maybe didn't update it. That's odd. Anyway, does that look good? If I put boulders on the side, I think that might look good. Let's just add another spline back there. Just kind of hide that other edge. Just sort of like that. Well, not exactly like that because... Hey, I can put a spline point in, yeah. That might be useful. Yeah, so just... It is a bit tricky, though. It is a bit tricky. No, I don't think I can put spline pots in there, because then you can look up underneath there, and that's not good. Maybe I need to lower this bit. Just this little bit there. Just so it intersects the spline. Like that! Yeah, like that. I mean, with trees and everything on there, I think that might look quite nice. Let's see what other splines we have. With this one, these ones are that way too... Oh, that one maybe. Maybe that one. No, that's one of the ones I tried before. Plus this one uses that old texture with the purple flowers. The lighter one, not the darker one. Seasonal embankment? No, don't need that. This one, I doubt it. Let's have a look what this one looks like. I mean, the texture is not really that similar either. Nope. No. See, this one's a hedge. No. S-arm embankment. It looks really nice. I mean, that sort of, I could see myself using that in maybe a London map, but not here. TB embankment. Ta-da! TB embankment. No. WP grass? No, that's too small. Yarnish? No. I think this is what we're going to use. I will, of course, need to put stuff on it, around it, and all about it, but I think this one's a good start. Additionally, I may, to fit it in a bit better, I may use that texture around here so that, well, it fits in a bit better, really. That'll be nice. I wanted to use these textures anyway. I have to move this back a bit. Oh, Vija, you're going. Oh, bye, Vija. Bye, have fun. Have fun sleeping. Bye. Thanks for joining. Oh, why did it place it all the way down there? That's odd. And why? Oh, that is really odd. Look at that. The spline point kind of disappears down there as if it doesn't really know where the terrain is. That's really strange. Why is it doing it like that? Then maybe another spline going the other way. That might be what I need here. But again, it's putting the spline points down there. I mean, or I could just cover this back hole with boulders, and that might be the better solution. Oh, that was the wrong object. Wrong point. There we go. This is the one I wanted. Like that? Maybe? No, that looks horrible. I don't like that at all. On this side over here it works, I think, if I hide it a bit more. But on this side it just doesn't. I quickly hop over to the other tunnel to grab some boulders. No, it's not the boulder dam tunnel. Not bush. Not tree. Not bush, not tree. This could get a bit annoying. Oh wait, are they on a separate layer? They might be on... Did I put them on temp block? No, I didn't. Bush, bush, tree, bush. Ah, there we go. Ah, I've got them. Tomb builder. There we go. Granite. Right, so let's see. Wait, did that? This is too... Look at that. It just moves them down there. I tell you what. I'll reload it. Maybe that'll do something. Has this fixed it? Oh, it might have. No, it hasn't. You can see here it's up there and then it just goes down there. But we can see that the train's up here. That is so strange. What if I try to change the terrain height there? Like if I just try to raise up slightly like that. If I basically update it, will that fix it? No, it doesn't. Oh wait. No, that's not it. Maybe it is the dig holes. Maybe that's it. Maybe the dig holes do also change the hitbox. Well, I mean, as long as it looks okay in the end, that's fine. It's just a bit of a... It's just a bit clumsy to work with. I think that could look good, especially with some trees on top as well. You see, and then it just suddenly snaps back up. And now I can't... Oh, there we go. That's... Maybe if I do it from this side it'll be better. Okay, like that, maybe? I think that could look good. If I moved the spline point a little bit, because that is currently a little bit too far. If I can find it in this strange terrain mess thing. Ah, there it is. There it is. Found it. There we go, that's better. Now it doesn't stick through. Maybe a bigger boulder, just sort of there. Just to sort of cap this area off a bit. Then maybe a little bit of a smaller one in front. Turn the other way, of course. So like this. Yeah, that looks good. Well, this does look a little strange. Maybe with bushes over it would look better. Well, let's see what is this grass texture called. Let me see if I look for grass. Will I find it? Hedge your bets now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're one for bets, I guess. Do you remember these textures? These AJS textures? I remember them. I used to use these loads because the pattern doesn't repeat that. Isn't that obviously repeating with those textures? Feels like ages since I've looked through textures. Ah, these ones are the ones that I wanted. Yeah, this one is the one used in this texture. As the texture for that object, I mean. Doesn't look great if it's stretched like this. I must admit. Maybe if I de-stretch it a little bit. Yeah, so like this. Looks better, but now that makes the tunnel entrance look a bit more weird. Yes, I know it looked weird before, but it looks even more weird now. Okay, so what to do? What to do? Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. I am just going to increase the height of this hill a little bit. Right, just a little bit like that. There we go. A little bit more pull. Let's just pull it over a little bit like that. A little bit like this, just to make it clearer why they built a tunnel instead of digging through it. Well, they did dig through it, but I mean, instead of instead of putting an embankment in. By embankment, well, I mean cutting. Why do I keep saying words that I don't mean in this couple of minutes, these couple of minutes? Sort of like that, but that means, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't bother with this bit there. Oh, wrong tab. Let's see, if I deleted the height thing, will that make a difference to this, how this moved? Well, here you see it moves fine. What about over here? Does that change at all how these ones move? Nope, still moves really strangely. If I delete this thing down there and then move them, yeah, so it is the dig holes. It is the dig holes that change the height of the terrain. Huh. Where's that gone? I don't see where that's gone now. Move it up a bit further. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, with all this effort I'm putting in, I think I really do need to put at least one station back here. It's not good. I won't make this entire mainland, of course. He says, but in 233 streams. Like, well, okay, so I did make the entire main line, but I'm sure you can see that it was worth it. Does that sound realistic? I think that sounds surprisingly realistic. I'll reach that soon, don't worry. Dum 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 dum. Dum da 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 da. I know it's a very nice song, isn't it? Not mine, but it is a nice song. And it's a bit of a thing there. A bit of a taller thing. Just like that, I think. That big dark bit there didn't look great. Oops, that's not what I intended at all. That's more like it. Like that. Right. What does it need? It needs shrubs and trees, of course. Also, it might look better. Ah, now this looks better. Hopefully it looks better. If it doesn't snap all over the place. Ah, it's down there, I can see. It needs to go further up. So just having kind of these rocks just kind of poking through like that, that adds so much. It breaks up the repeating pattern of the grass as well. Well, grass / moss. Oops, wrong object. This one's the object I wanted. Looks almost intentional. Like that. I think that looks fairly okay. What do you think? I mean, of course, imagine it with shrubs and trees and good stuff on it. So, PRR one looks nice, but the interior bricks texture could look better. True. That is true. But you won't see it for very long as you enter anyway. Scheiß, former count. Ah, I see. Oh, right. Barnsworth, former count of Yorkshire. Oh, I missed that bit. So, you writing some slice of life stuff, Kango? Or what's with all the story writing? I think he just does it for fun. Haven't heard that expression before. Is it this? But yeah, fictitious storytelling. That's it. I'm doing that too. Ah, nice. For 2 stories, actually. Ah! Ooh, very nice. Christmas with tuna is one, which is a slice of life with a bit of Dojin sprinkling. I see. I haven't heard of that either. Better look the term up yourself. Ah, right, thanks. Basically, Schrödinger ground. Schrödinger ground? I've heard of Schrödinger's cat, and maybe even Schrödinger's dog, but Schrödinger's ground? Let's see. Is this really realistic though? Basically looks like the workers who built the line were digging through the ground, and then halfway through they were like, sod it, let's make a tunnel. Well, I think it is quite realistic. Even with the other way, it could be that there is a layer of bedrock there. Maybe partially what they were doing through before was just soil, sedimentation, but then they hit maybe granite. And so they said, okay, it's cheaper to build a tunnel through this bit, easier as well, than to dig all of it out. Maybe it's a strong material anyway. And besides, I've increased the hill since you last wrote that. Well, last wrote that, I mean wrote that in the first place. And another story, which I have not found a title for, using a female character named Amelia Willows. Ah, that's such a nice name, Amelia Willows. Yes, it reminds me of Amelia Pond, but especially since willows grow near water, but that is such a nice name. Pity you don't hear this, since you've already gone. But you might be looking at the archive. But has a little more plot development and competition. Alright, I remember, Natalie continued, you were such a proud little lad back in the day, when you became Duke of Hazark. Hazark. No one in the town could believe it, but I kept telling them, Terry's a duke. They'd say it's rubbish, but I always said that it wasn't, and you actually made it count. Whatever made you lose that position, she said. I should be ashamed, she added, half-jokingly. I can explain, Terry replied. Well, isn't it that a hereditary position? Count and duke? Isn't that a thing where you inherited it? Although the king, I suppose, can change that position. Assign a county to a different individual or a duchy. Yeah, I suppose so. That episode there, that works. Should I say TV embankment? I don't think so. Gotta go sleep, man. See ya. See ya, indeed. Bye, Vijay. Bye. Aunt Natalie nodded, and he went on. My supposedly fair Duchess, Claude Followmill III, she reported me to the king for supposed fraudery and insanism. I never frauduled anyone, and I ask you, am I insane? Am I insane? You're not, dear, she said. Shred's gotta be honest here, I've never seen a natural tunnel entrance. Sorry, where did natural come from there? Why did I say natural? I've never seen a tunnel entrance that looks like this. That was probably before I added the boulders. Like, who put the boulders there? No, they were cut out of the rock like that. That's just the bedrock they've cut out around it. Why were they laid on top of it? That's such a funny thing to say. Like, who put the boulders there? Why were they laid on top of it? Like, why did they put the tunnel there in the first place? Why didn't they just dig through it like they did with the rest? Ah, that's wrong tool. Yeah. You had the delete object, not delete spline. Yeah, I thought I clicked on spline, but apparently I missed. But yeah, Shades, will you ever read chat? Perhaps. It's been like half an hour. Oh well, actually, yeah, exactly half an hour now. 31 minutes, actually. Alright, Shades, wasn't it Amy Pond, not Amelia? No, it was actually Amelia Pond. But Amy is short for Amelia. Oh yeah, Amy was short for Amelia. Yeah, exactly. Or was it? No, it was. Stones cut out. That round? Alright, yeah. So, I know we've only got 10 minutes left. I want to put a ballast spline here, so we don't have this hole in the floor. And then, well, we'll see. Not ballast, ballast. That's what I need. Nope, not... Okay, wait, oh, what did I do? I painted accidentally. Just all over the place. All over the place, I tell ya. Embankment, spline, no. Metric, clear, ballast, no. SAM ballast. Actually, wait, didn't I use a ballast? Yeah, I think it was this one. Actually, I might hop over to that other place where I used a ballast for the little retaining wall, which is here. There we go. I think it... Oh, it was Beton. Betondecke 1 Meter. 1 Meter Mittel. Betondecke 1 Meter Mittel, 10 Meter. GR1. or grid 1 probably. Let's see, and by see I mean let's see. Yeah, I think I'd used this one before, and then I switched to using this one. Right, so this needs to be at the same height to work properly. Properly, I tell ya. Properly. Also, because it's on a grade, it needs to go this. You can see that by how I move, you can see it's got the spline point all the way up there. Which actually may not be that bad of a position for it, because then I can grab it easily from there. Although it looks quite strange. Let's just have that sort of there. Let's pull this one up a bit. Not too much. Just a bit. Well, that's too little. Maybe it needs a spline point in the middle, because it is, after all, a curving thing. Branch again. I think it's because of the lag that I'm not selecting them as I think that I am. I select, therefore I am. Wait, no, that's not how it goes. You see, the camera follows this as well, the weird terrain. I mean, that looks okay. With a grass spline on that, although you might be able to see through there. That's a bit tricky. Oh, and there's a hole in there. A hole? Yes, I know, it was a hole. Not even a quarter of a hole, but a whole one. Well, at least it was whole. Maybe one of these objects would fit better, because this has a bit of depth to it. And it looks like ballast, because it is ballast. Yeah, if I press Control, like that. Yeah, that fits better. Maybe I'll add a little pile there as well. Just a little one. A little pile. A little pile. Like that. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. A little bit worrisome to have that much rubble there. Oh, I want to get a good thumbnail, but for that I need one more thing, and that is the Ballast Texture. It'll only take a moment, then I'll read chat, and then I'll end it. Oh, I've got grass in here still. That's not what I want. Right, so just, well, a little bit over there as well. Oh, not up there. Definitely not up there. So, how does it look like when you look through there? That looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think that tunnel entrance definitely looks better than this one. Right. I'm quite happy with that. It obviously still needs work. But what do you think? What do you think? Do you think it looks okay like this? As a start? I need a loco here. Arkansas Central? Well, maybe not. A Riva train? No. Let's just search for Well, let's do SD40. Let's do some nice SD40s. I remember these ones. Now let's do... Oh, this one actually looks quite nice. And should it be on this track, on that track? I think on this track's better. And I wanted to have those well cars. Well, cars, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be fine. Plenty. What are these ones? Containers empty. Oh, these were... Oh, front and back. Oh, I see. No, we don't need that. Right, rear. We've got bottom and top. But trailer load. Oh, trailers! Wait, can these ones have trailers on them as well? Oh, they can, I see. No, I want front and top ones. Let's just have the 53-foot ones there. And these other 53-foot ones below, like that. And then let's just apply that to all. How does that look? Oh, actually, that's quite nice because it's got varying textures as well. Let's save again. And then, well, what would you say to a thumbnail? Do you think a thumbnail might look quite nice? I think a thumbnail might look quite nice. Although I will probably use the flying camera just to get a bit of a better angle. Ah, maybe that. Although, with the banner at the bottom, that's not going to be enough space, I think. So maybe something more akin to... Well, I can always cut bits, so maybe something more like that. Might look quite nice, if I position it correctly. Right, let's save that as a screenshot. Right, let's read chat. Alright, you want to put a thing there. Ah, I see. Good, let's see what it'll look like. The door knocked twice. Wait, the door knocked twice? How did the door knock? They were both shocked. Who is it? Asked Natalie. Policeman, said a voice. May I come in? Trainz, I think the hill is still a bit too low to warrant a tunnel of these dimensions. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because if you look at it like this, if you look at how tall that locomotive is, this cutting that's been cut up to this tunnel, that is really very tall. I think this definitely warrants a tunnel. I mean, could you imagine digging all of that out? Just look at it. Yeah, it does need more work, I'd say. Oh, definitely. It will look better with forest up there as well. And some bushes and trees around it. On it as well. But yes, should I just quickly cliffen up the sides? Texture-wise, I don't think so. I think it looks better like this because it is a work in progress and that's what it's supposed to look like. Natalie and Terry looked at each other. Natalie gave Terry a look that said, hide below the coffee table. Yeah, just a look. Natalie gave Terry a look that said, hide below the coffee table. Not just hide, but no, hide below the coffee table, yeah. The coffee table had a red tablecloth on it, conveniently oversized. Although isn't a coffee table usually very low? He quickly crawled under and Natalie replied to the policeman positively. He came in and started speaking. Did anyone hear a gunshot? Why, no, she replied. Cheerio, then, replied the policeman and went. Phew. Oh, just one more thing. Yeah, because he didn't know this, he did actually write this, but actually that policeman was Columbo, so yeah, he just came back. They both chorused. Alright, phew. Trainz, if they TNT'd it up, that bit of the hill would be gone in an instant, but yeah. No, not necessarily. They need to use a lot of TNT and then I think you're underestimating the size of this. Just look at the locomotive. Imagine how big a human is next to that. Imagine the sheer... Okay, so if I go into first person mode for a second, just to give you a little demonstration. So this is how tall it is for someone to walk around. Yeah? So you can see how massive this locomotive is. You can see my eye level is right here, below the footplate. Look at that. Look at how massive this locomotive is. And then just look over here. Look at... Oh, yeah. This camera follows the other terrain as well, as you can see. It's just flying now. Yeah. But just look at that. If I'm... Okay, so this is actually the correct height. So I'm standing over here and I look up at this height. Just look at how massive that is. That's only up to this point because of the curvature. Just look at that. Look at how far up we are here. I think this definitely warrants a tunnel. So, I've already saved it so I can just exit. True. It is quite big. True. Quite big now. Yeah, it's always a matter of perspective, as are most things, if not everything. So, with that, shoutouts and stuff. So, Kangafango streams on Sunday. He streams driving in Train Simulator and American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck as well, with a new lighting update. He also builds in Trainz and MZ2. That's great. And if you want to have a look at some great maps on the DLS for Trainz, I would say have a look at Central Europe and Cornish Railways. They're my recommendations, and that's it. So, right. By the way, I didn't make them. From the top, it looked smaller. That's always the thing. But thanks for the stream. It was quite enjoyable. Thank you very much for writing in chat and for watching. Trainz, thanks for the shout out to her. Right, so thank you all very much for watching, whether you're watching this live or archived, because the stream will be archived. And speaking of that, I will have to upload the archives from yesterday as well, because I didn't have time today. Did not have time today. However, I will do that tomorrow because I'm quite tired. So, thank you all very much for watching. And thank you. See you all tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Bye. Bye. See ya on Tuesday. No, see you tomorrow because you're streaming tomorrow.